What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be going over how to create a high converting landing page and go over different things like the descriptions, infographics that you guys should be using, as well as the apps to increase your conversion rate and your average order value. If you guys don't know me, my name is Joel and I come out with content every single Monday, and a lot of it's about branding, and that's really the only way that you guys can be successful with Shopify dropshipping in 2021 and on. So the first thing that we're going to be talking about today is the overall reason as to why we want a high converting or clean product page. Any of you guys that get into dropshipping, you can really use any theme that you want or any free theme. The ones that I highly recommend is Debut in Brooklyn. Those ones seem to be the cleanest I've seen that are free themes. And then the best paid theme that you guys can be using is Turbo. That one has the best conversion rate, and from all the stores that I've looked at, it seems to perform the best. And then also, branding is essential. So I mentioned this over and over on my channel. You need to have colors that match your product brand and ad, your website, everything. No crazy colors. You shouldn't have any flashy text or buttons. Everything needs to be organized and have a clean page. And you don't need to be over describing everything. I see people try to create these long paragraphs trying to explain the product, and the goal here is to just maximize your conversion rate. You don't need to be overwriting and then just spending so much time on your product page to where you're just wasting time and not being able to invest that time into doing more product research or, creating your ad creatives. Like some of the best brands in the world, their product pages are very simple and barely have any description or text because most of it is explained in the product videos. So first off, we're going to be talking about what not to look like. And when you guys see this page, the first thing that you really notice is this red text is it's not normal for this page. It's very bright and it's hard to read, and that's something that you guys want to avoid. And you can even see these pictures here. They're not the best quality pictures, but for a product like this, you definitely want to take out the background, have a white background. You want to have a transparent image, stuff like this where the text is very bright, and just having a scarcity bar, these types of secure credit card logo things or branding. You don't really want this. You really don't want it in the text and color that they show on their store. And for this specific store, what I like talking about is one product store, so that's something you guys need to focus on overall. And this product is called Comfy Life Universal Car Seat Neck Cushion. Their store isn't even centered around this product. It's not even called Comfy Life. So what I would have done for this store specifically is to create it around this product, like have the Comfy Life logo here, and then not worry about any other product, especially if this was the one that was selling me best. You don't want anything that's like highlighter yellow or flashing red. And this is just way too many, this is way too many secure bars or trust badges. This is something that you definitely don't want to have. And you can see here the text on this site is different. Like you'll have it bold here, the fonts are different, and then you have this bright, I think it's orange or red. You definitely don't want something like this. And then on the same site, all the different types of text, italics, bold. This is something that you definitely don't want to have. And I always mention this, you want to have congruency on your website just so a customer has more trust in your site. And it just looks unprofessional when you do things like this. And everything is sort of cluttered as well, and you sort of over explain this product, which is something that you guys want to avoid. Okay, so this is the website that I was using in the example of what you guys don't want to be doing. And when you first land on the website, you can see that the text in the title is very different from what you see in the rest of the descriptions and the product page. And it's the same for the color of the text, the italics. And what you guys want to do for this add to cart button, you want to adjust the coding in your store to make it filled in. And I believe there's a video on YouTube on how you guys can do this. I don't remember exactly, but it's very simple to do. But you want this filled out. You don't want it hollow like this because it's going to decrease your conversion rate. And when you have it filled out, it's just going to be easier for customers to click on it. And then the next thing I want to talk about is all these pictures on the left side. So you don't want to have every single picture that you put on here as a lifestyle picture. You want to have some transparent backgrounds like this one here. And you don't want things that are too complicated, too many infographics all bundled up like this. You want to sort of separate it and just make it very simple to read. Like this landing page alone, there's way too many pictures. They over explain everything, and I feel like they should have just cut it off like right here, because especially in the product video, everything about the product should already be explained. and from there the customers already know whether or not they want to purchase it. So let's actually look at a store that you guys should be sort of replicating or following in the steps of. So one of the store examples that I want to show you guys is Galaxy Lamps Co. and this website specifically I'm sure you guys have seen before, but when you land on it, their homepage is not anything crazy. Like, they just have this simple picture of a kid holding this moon lamp, and they show all their products here. And when you go on their actual product page, like if we were to click this Galaxy Projector 2.0, the text isn't anything crazy. They have the Imagine statement, that's what I like calling it. And you can see here, this is probably something that you can create on Canva, and they just put the image in here. And you scroll down, something like this could be created in Canva. But it's very simple what you can see here. Like, they'll have the text, the description, the product image of in action, and then they'll show you like the differences between other Galaxy projectors out there. And then after that, all it is just reviews. So their product page isn't that long. Like, you can, when someone lands on it, they're already going to be deciding on whether or not they're going to buy it because of the creative that they saw. You can see here they don't have any crazy like bundle apps or timers or trust badges, and this is a multi-million-dollar store. Like, if we go to the Alexa traffic ranking, so the ranking shows them that they're 74,000 in ranking like worldwide, and I guess they had some drops in traffic, but that is a pretty insane ranking. That means they're going to be making over, they're already a 7-figure brand. So obviously they're going to be having 6-figure months, and this is all on this simple store. So obviously you can tell that simplicity and minimalism is very important, and you don't really need to overcomplicate things to get people to convert. And when we go to add to cart, it shows this, and then you simply just check out. And as you guys probably noticed, everything on the store matches the same colors. So purple, black, white. You don't have anything that's flashy or text that's out of place. Everything is mainly purple and white. So this is the same concept that you guys want to apply to your store. You don't want anything to be out of place. Everything should be congruent, and that way your conversion rate will skyrocket. So the way that you guys find content, you guys need to be looking on AliExpress and Alibaba. There's a lot of good pictures that you guys can find of products, and you really just have to do your research. Don't just be looking at 1 or 2 listings and then just use those photos alone. You need to really dig on these websites to find good images, and I guarantee you'll be able to find them. The main images that you're going to be looking for is high quality ones, lifestyle, white backgrounds, and you can also be using videos. What I noticed is that some listings do have nice videos you can use for ad creatives or on your website, and yes, these are free to use. You're not going to get any copyright infringement for it, but any videos that show a good demonstration of the product is good. However, you need to keep in mind that these can slow down your website along with GIFs of your product. One other thing that I want to mention as well is if you have an extra $100 to $200 in your budget, then you guys should be going on Fiverr or outsourcing the images for your product or the creatives for your product. And if you're able to do this, you're just going to have a insane head start on everyone else in the dropshipping space for your competitors of your product on Facebook or whatever platform that you sell on. And if you guys don't have the budget to do that, you can also have the product sent to you from AliExpress, or you can just find it on Amazon, have it sent to you, and then do all the content, video creatives, everything yourself. So you'll definitely save a lot of time and money if you wind up going this route. And then also you'll be learning in the process. So for the product example we're going to be using today, it's going to be the levitating plant. And I wanted to use this product specifically, man, because I think it would look very nicely on a one product store. So what you guys can do is just find listings for your product and just find a handful of them, you know, like 3 to 4 of them, and then take their pictures. And what you guys need to do is download it's a Chrome extension, the AliExpress downloader app. And with this app, you can actually download all the different content that you see here. So we can download these, and we can download the other pictures that we see on the page as well. But a lot of these images are very nice and clean, and they're not all jumbled up. These are definitely pictures that we want to use on our website. So one other thing that I want to mention as well is on these different listings, you might be able to find a creative or video content that you can use for Facebook ads or whatever ad platform that you're advertising on. And you can see here it's very quality and simple, and that's what you definitely want to focus on for these types of products. And what I like to do personally is I'll take this content, go on Alibaba, do the same research, find other content, and sort of combine it all together to create a very nice video creative, and then test it on Facebook. And I know you guys are probably on a budget, so using this method of just compiling content together and sort of organizing it to create a very nice flowing creative is a very good idea that you guys can do. So using one of my other stores as an example, when you get on the page, you can see everything is organized. All these images that you see here I got off of AliExpress or Alibaba, and I simply just modified them in Canva. And it's very simple to use. Like this phone here wasn't even meant to be here. Like I literally found a transparent image of a phone and I placed it on the product on Canva, and all these different infographics I just edited in there. And you can see all my descriptions as well are very simple, straight to the point, and are barely a paragraph. They're maybe a couple sentences or so. And my product page just doesn't go on and on and on about the product, because like I said, most of it's explained in the product video. I have the frequently asked questions, shipping delivery times, the 90-day guarantee, and the private policy on your page. And then you just have the reviews. So everything that the customer needs to know is right there. So of course, when we find this content, you don't want to be using just a copy and paste of these images onto your product page. And what we want to do is to edit it and make it look clean and minimalistic and very professional. So the best way that we can do this is create a white background and have solo images of your product. And in other words, that's creating a transparent image of the product, which you can do here in Canva. So that's why I always recommend this tool. It is free. However, I think with the background feature, remove background feature, and all these other editing features, you definitely need to have the monthly plan, which is like 10 to 12 bucks, which is definitely worth it. But in Canva, you're going to be creating infographics. So when we create these infographics, the things that we want to focus on is describing who it's for, the benefits, and why they need it. And you can see in this image here, this was for one of my stores about a year ago, and I just talked about what it's effective for: neck pain, pinched nerves, muscle strain, neck stiffness, neck spasms, herniated disc. And this is sort of the format that you want to shoot for when you're describing the benefits or what your product is effective for. And I see a lot of people will just list out, the benefits of the product instead of creating an infographic. You need to understand that when the customer sees an image like this, it's going to be more simple for them to read it and understand it, as opposed to them having to read it line for line. It's just it's just better for the eyes. It's more clean and minimalistic, which is what I always like doing on my store. So here's a little example of what I mean by editing content in Canva. So I've already uploaded some images that I edited in here. So it's just very simple what I do here, and these are the types of infographics that you want to shoot for. But I removed the background on some of these images. So like for this one, all you got to do is go to Effects and then remove background, and it removes the background nicely, making it look clean, so that way it'll look great on my store. So after editing some of the pictures and uploading them onto my store, you can see here that the main product images are very simple to look at, and there's not that much editing that you really need to do for some of these products. And when you go in the store, it's very clean looking. Even the add to cart and the trust badges are very simple as well, and they're organized. And then when you go down to the infographics and stuff, everything's evenly spaced out. There's not too much text. So when a customer lands on the store, they'll already know enough about the product and won't really have to do any digging as far as information. So when you go on AliExpress, you can see that the product goes for around $60 to $70. So for a product like this, you definitely want to sell it for at least $140 to $150. And ideally, like what I want to do for this product specifically, I wouldn't try and sell it, especially with these price ranges. You want to shoot from anywhere from 3 to 3.5 times margins of what you find the product for on AliExpress. So for the descriptions, you don't need to be overcomplicating them. And then all the essentials that a customer needs to know about the product, they're going to find out in the ad. Like when someone lands on their website, 90% of them are already decided on whether or not they want to purchase the product from you or not. So all you guys need to do is just have a couple sentences, per main point. Just have a imagine statement. So like, let's say you have a posture corrector, and what you want to do for the first couple sentences on the page is be like, imagine having no back pain, or imagine, coming home from work without worrying about having bad posture. Just stuff like that, just so you can have like a mental or relatable connection to the customer when they land on your store. So you have the imagine statement, the benefits, what it's for, and then of course have the different main selling points. Most customers don't 100% read your product page. They'll just see the ad, go on your landing page, maybe read a couple sentences or two, and then be like, okay, I want to buy this product. So the next step is the trust and social proof of our website. What you guys need to get is reviews, and depending on the product, it'll have a lot of reviews on AliExpress. Sometimes you might not find enough reviews on one listing, so you sort of have to dig between all the listings that you find. And the best app to use for this is Ali Reviews. It has the cleanest look, and you can sort of organize and change the colors and stuff on the app to match your brand, which is why I really like it. The next thing you need to get is minimal badging. You don't need to have all these different social proof badges and credit card badges. It just throws off the look of the store, and it doesn't really look good. And the goal for them is to add to cart. So don't clutter the add to cart button. You'll be surprised, like a lot of customers will be on your store, and if you have a bunch of cluttering and buttons and stuff, they won't really know how to add a cart and go to the next step and purchase your product. So just make sure that your add to cart is filled out. Like I think for most default stores, the add to cart is not filled in, like it's just a empty box. So you definitely need to fill it in with the color to match your brand. And you don't need to have timers at all. Do not put these on your store, guys. It's not worth it. And don't have a ton of different options for your product. Like sell colors that match your brand. Like for my chargers, I sold black and white because that's what the color of my brand was. I didn't sell red and blue or yellow. I didn't sell all these different colors because I knew that black and white were the main colors of my brand. And then towards the end of the page, you want to have frequently asked questions, and then like a 30 or 90 day guarantee. This will sort of just give your website more of a trust look, so people will see these types of things and be like, oh, okay, these guys are serious. These are the types of questions that I would ask. And if I bought this product, if I have any issues with it or just don't like it, then I can just return it within the first 30 days. So this just gives customers extra assurance when they're purchasing your product. So step number 5 is choosing the best apps for your store. And these are meant to increase your conversion rate and average order value. Like I said, Ali Reviews is probably one of the best apps that you can get. And then Cozy Anti-Theft. If you guys haven't heard of this is very cool because people cannot copy and paste your content and then try to copy your store. And then on top of that, they won't be able to right click. So if you guys don't know this, like if you're running Facebook ads and you randomly just get a sale but it's not showing up on your store, the main reason is because people use a script they right click on your store, and then they'll like fire your pixel to where it'll show up on your Facebook ads and ruin your data. So you don't want that. And then the free trust badge app, and this app out of all of them seem to be the best when it comes to the trust badges. It's not overcomplicated, and it's not something that's super flashy and just looks super unprofessional. And then you want sticky add to cart. So this one is pretty cool because when you're scrolling on your page and let's say somebody's reading it, the add to cart bar will actually stick with them. So instead of them having to scroll all the way back up to add to cart, they can just click that and go straight to the cart page and then initiate checkout. And then finally, the UFE cross-sell and upsell bundle. This one is very cool because it has increased my average order value for about $40, and that is pretty insane because I've seen a lot of bundle apps out there, and this one you're able to adjust it and change the colors to sort of match your brand. And it doesn't look spammy or super complicated on the website. That's why I really like it. And it'll increase your conversion rate as well as your average order value, which is something that you guys definitely want to focus on because it's going to let you spend more on ads and not have to worry about breaking even. So after you guys are done with all these things, step number 6 would be testing everything. So make sure everything is functional, your add to cart buttons, your apps, and loading speeds. You don't know how many times on Facebook ads I'll be trying to figure out why no one is buying, and then I go on my website and figure out the load speeds like 10 seconds. And it's mainly because a app that I'm using, an image or video. So you definitely want to check all these things before you guys even think about running ads. And then just test the whole process. I'll go on your website, refresh it, add to cart. and then initiate checkout, and then do a mock purchase, which you can do by going to the settings on your Shopify store and then running a test purchase. So you want to test all these things before you get into ads. That way you're not wasting money. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got some value out of it. If you guys have any questions, make sure you mention them down below. I come out with videos every week. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.